Tower 2, the first one. This is all New York now.
Michael, if you can hear me, we just heard another explosion down at the Pentagon building. We just heard another loud explosion down at the Pentagon building just seconds ago.
That's our Audrey Barnes, who is standing nearby the Pentagon, saying they heard a second explosion. Audrey, did you see anything, since these other attacks have been aerial? Did you see anything flying overhead just before this explosion?
We can't see exactly where the source of the explosion was, but you could hear it very clearly with a loud boom.
The collapse certainly would not be a surprise given the level of damage in the fire and the fact that firefighters were unable to fight that fire because it happened so high up on the building. So it certainly would not be surprising if there is a collapse, partial or total.
And once again, on the left-hand side of your screen, you are looking at the Tower 2, the first one. This is all
terrorists that want to shut down in response to an attack. Shut down New York, after the White House attack on the State Department. So they're doing an excellent job.
How close to Jefferson we were. I mean, we're literally right across the river. You heard that boom too, didn't you?
Yes.
I heard it.
Yeah.
I said, boy, that was awful loud.
Yeah.
What was that, you know? It's the last thing I thought it was. I thought it was a truck banging into another truck.
Well, yeah, that's what I thought it was like explainable by a lot of, because there's trains and
Who
stuff
would have
around.
thought, yeah.
Well, if we'd been shooting at the place that we originally picked out, the shady spot on the right side, it's like we would have been waiting for that plane.
Yeah, right.
We would have been saying, let's wait for that.
Yeah.
Boom!
You heard that second blast. That must have been the State Department car bomb.
But clearly they would have been right in that path of not only the falling debris, but also that incredible, powerful cloud that just engulfed us. And I think if you heard me earlier, I told you the only way for us to escape it at the time was to break down the entrance to an apartment building just off the street. We had to break through the glass.
Calls you get into the building are not answered at this point. And more fire apparatus showing up now as we speak. We saw most of the senior staff come out. We have not seen the national security staff that we would recognize anyway, but I should note there are other gates from the White House. We are on the north side, and this is
John, you're being the first one. This is all New York now.
Michael, if you can hear me, we just heard another explosion down at the Pentagon building. We just heard another loud explosion down at the Pentagon building just seconds ago.
That's our Audrey Barnes, who is standing nearby the Pentagon, saying they heard a second explosion. Audrey, did you see anything, since these other attacks have been aerial? Did you see anything flying overhead just before this explosion?
We can't see exactly where the source of the explosion was, but you could hear it very clearly with a loud boom. And I'm looking for another plume of smoke. I don't see anything right now. It might be still in that same general area where the fire is burning right now, but you could clearly hear another loud explosion. I'm being told from people on the scene that in Crystal City, a gas station is involved in a major fire there as well. lot of fire equipment is being diverted to that scene as well. So this whole area, you can just see there's emergency crews still continuing to come here every second.
Yeah, we should point out for people who aren't familiar, Crystal City, of course, is very near National Airport, very near the Pentagon. It's this very modern sort of enclave with lots of high-rises and shopping center there. So you're hearing now that there has been some sort of incident at a gas station in Crystal City. Is that correct, Audrey?
That's what I'm told. I'm told a gas station in Crystal City is fully involved in a fire. We just heard another explosion, and just from my vantage point, it did not appear to come exactly from the Pentagon, like perhaps a little bit across. So I can't tell you what it is. I'm still looking for a plume of smoke. I haven't seen anything new from this vantage point.
And given the proximity of Crystal City to where you are, it perhaps might have come from that vicinity.
Right. It's very near the Pentagon. I can't tell you exactly where, but it was a loud boom right at the Pentagon.
Audrey, from where we're standing, from where we're watching, rather, it appears now we can start to see the shell of something there. Can you have any better vantage point on what may have, on an aircraft, see any wreckage at all now? It seems like the smoke is dissipating to a certain extent.
From what witnesses have said, they saw the tail of some type of aircraft go into the Pentagon building. I'm still trying to confirm that from somebody who's on the scene. But there's a couple of people who are coming from the Pentagon building that I'd like to see if I can get some information about that.
Sure, we'll give you a second.
People are really in shock out here.
Oh, well, I'm certain of it. Just can you describe, the expressions on their faces? We do want to give you a chance to try to talk to people, what they were doing, what they heard, what they saw. But from what you can see, you just describe the looks on the faces.
They have not received any claim of responsibility yet.
Jamie, have you gotten any information from Reagan National Airport as to air traffic in the area this morning, or anybody who might have somehow traced this plane or figured out from where it came or where it was going?
They still do not have any of those details yet. It is almost impossible. They were confused for a long time as to whether it's a bomb or a plane. They say now that it appears to be a plane, but they say that that is all the information that they have. As you know, the FAA has shut down all aircraft now, and they are now going back and trying to sort that out. But they do not have any information on that yet.
Do they know what type of plane it might have been?
There is no, unfortunately, they just don't have that yet.
All right, Jamie. Thank you very much, Jamie. We'll be talking with you.
And then I just heard another explosion up there. So someone told me a airliner hit the building. So
anybody describe the plane to you? How large was the plane that hit the Pentagon?
It was a commercial-sized airliner. I'm not sure how big it was. The gentleman just said he was sitting on 95. The plane flew very low over his car and hit the building and blew his windows out of his vehicle. And he was on Interstate 395. So
looks like everybody's in shock.
It's unbelievable. It's a dark day, very dark day. And I just heard an explosion back over that way. I'm not sure what that was either. So I'm just trying to get home to my family and try to let people do what they need to do here and try to get people out of the way and let the emergency people do what they got to do. Fence. So I was able to get out, and I was just going to walk down. Somebody was yelling for help, that they needed help, so I was trying to get down there, and then the security people were moving everybody back. So they must.
Did you see any fatalities at all? Anybody hurt?
I could not see. All I could see was, I couldn't even see part of the airplane sticking out of the building. Apparently the tail piece is sticking out of the building, according to... That's what that was?
Yeah. Lark and Michael, people are telling me the Washington Monument has just been hit. We're still trying to confirm that. We all heard the same loud boom out here, and we're now just kind of looking to see what it was.
Okay, so obviously, Audrey, we'll be looking into that, or report someone in the background. We could just hear them telling this, to the other gentleman that perhaps something has happened at the Washington Monument.
I can also, go ahead.
Kate, I'm sorry, and if you've said this, I apologize, and I apologize to viewers too. Was there, to your knowledge, an explosion at the Capitol?
No, sir, there was not. I can see the Capitol from here. Everything looks to be fine. There was, however, Aaron, a sound about 5 minutes ago that sounded like some sort of explosion. Now, everything's in close proximity here in Washington. It could be that may have been something that happened at the Pentagon. We're not very clear on that.